great big world out there. How are you? Welcome to Shavonna M. Allen's podcast, joined through Anointed Accounting. How was your week, everyone? Mine was awesome. The deadline, of course, passed April 15th. Oh, that was such a major, big deadline. Happy it was successful. I got a chance to talk to a lot of my clients. Got a chance to do a lot of extensions. So now I'm going to be setting up appointments with all of my clients that's on extensions as well as newcomers. Now, just because we passed that one deadline doesn't mean we don't have more coming up. But I'm going to get to that in a minute. Well, today we have an exciting show. I am so very excited to be joined by owner and founder of Osha Joi Cosmetics, Inc., Ambie Riley. I'm so excited about what we're going to learn today about hair, beauty, and finances, and everything else under the sun, because we're going to talk about it all. We're going to lay it all on the table right here. But before we jump into that, just want to let you know that we're coming up on estimated tax payments, right? Those estimated tax payments for that first quarter, January 1 through March 31st, is due April 30th. So we want to get that in, get it in on time, because of course you all know the interest and penalties can and will outweigh anything that you submit. And we just don't want to give away extra money, right? We want to be conscious about what we're doing. So that's a plus right there. Also, what's coming up is those payroll reports. So small business owners, if you have a payroll, your payroll reports are due to the federal and state entities April 30th. That will be also for the first quarter, January 1 through March 31st. We want to get that in and get that in on time. If you need help with that, please feel free to reach out to Anointed Accounting at 312-837-7219. So we're in this second quarter. We're in the first month of the second quarter. Yay, we had a successful first quarter. So, that's also a good thing. Also a good thing that with the new changes that's coming about, it gives us time to sit down and have those consultations with our clients. A lot has transpired from January 1 through December 31st, 2024. So we just want to get our small business owners prepared, especially those that have went on extensions. The corporation extension that happened March 15th, we do want to get that set up and get you all ready in case if you're not doing payroll, we're going to talk about payroll. If you are not doing bookkeeping services, we're going to talk about bookkeeping services. We're also going to talk about any and all source documents that needs to be handed over to your tax preparer, your accountant, or whomever does your finances. You want to make sure that you're diligent about giving out all your information so it's a flow that's going, right? And you don't want to miss anything, and you don't want to have submitted everything when you haven't submitted everything, and then that causes for an amended return. So you don't want to do that. So you want to pick up the phone and have that consultation with your accountant or your tax preparer. Again, Anointed Accounting is here. We're free. We're available at area code 312-837-7219. So I'm just so excited. Like, I am just overwhelmed with joy. But when am I not excited, right? Like, I'm excited that I'm wearing blue, and blue is not even my favorite color, but I'm just excited. So let's get excited. Speaking to oncoming clients and Anointed Accounting clients, small business owners, I am going to be setting up appointments with you soon, starting the first week of May. We want to get all of your documents. We want to get them in. We want to let you know where you stand. We want to get everything submitted. And if you are not making estimated tax payments, we want to get that started for you, especially since we're past that first year of you being open. Now, if you have been in the business for year after year, you already know how our consultation is going to go. I'm already so prepared to see most of you all that do come out. The other percentage of you all are totally virtual, and that's okay. because we can meet on Zoom, how we meet, and we can meet on Teams, how we meet. So it's just good to be in the midst of the people that you're telling all of your secrets to and that knows more about your finances than anybody else. So that's always a plus to have that going, you know? So, let's talk about this upcoming week. We are hitting the week of April 21st. And of course, last week was our deadline, right? Which was the 15th. And we sent out so many extensions. So now the question is, what do we do now? That's the big question. What do we do now? Well, now, what I suggest that not just small business owners, but also individuals, because that's the deadline that we hit with individuals. And I'm not cutting it off at individuals. I'm also speaking to individuals whom have companies connected to them, which is a LLC. Some individuals went out on an extension that fell out on the 1120S that gets a Schedule K1. And if you get a Schedule K1, that transfers over to your Form 1040 to you personally. So 9 times out of 10, you may have went on an extension also. So it is best practice to start going through your books, start gathering all of your receipts, start gathering all of those bank statements, start gathering those notes, get everything together that needs to be together so you can get that over to your accountant or your preparer. It's going to be so beneficial, right? Only because if we start now, and of course the corporations, you're due September 15th because that's the end of the extension, right? So you're due. So you don't want to wait till August or September to get in. Anything can happen. Chances are that some people may have not received all of their source documents, which I've seen happen over the course of time, but lawfully all documents were supposed to be submitted and postmarked by January 31st, 2025. So if you have not gotten those documents, you need to log into your IRS account. If you do not have an IRS account, you need to contact Anointed Accounting so we can help you get that started. Having that account is so very important because you get a chance to see exactly what the IRS sees. You get a chance to see what's on and attached to your social as well as your name. And that's important because, again, life happens. Things happen. A lot can happen in 365 days. And you go and you turn in your work, and guess what? 3 weeks from now, you find another 1099. You find another W-2. And it's like, oh, I've already done my taxes. They submitted. So now here's an amended return. We just don't want to have that happen. So it's best practice to start getting all your documents in, and also referring to that online IRS account that is so beneficial to you. You want to know what's connected to you. It's so very important. Your social security number is so very, very important, especially when you're dealing with finances. You want to know who reported something on you. Let's assume that company A reported to the Internal Revenue Service that you work for them and you made $40,000. And however you say, no, I didn't work there, or that's not how much I made. And mistakes can happen. That's why it's important for you to catch it at the beginning. So that's why I totally urge you to open up that IRSID.me account. And depending on the state that you're in, and I'm only going to speak for the state of Illinois, open up a MyTax Illinois account. These accounts are free. If you are doing it through a mobile device and you have a copy of your social security card, if you have a copy of your driver's license or state ID back and front, it literally takes you about 7 to 13 minutes to get that open. Now, when it comes to the state of Illinois, of course, they're going to do their verification. They're not going to open up your account instantaneously. They're going to send you a letter. And once you get that letter with that long code, I think it's about 22 numbers and alphabets combined, and you enter that into the system, you now have a MyTax Illinois account. So you get to see what's also been reported to the state of Illinois on your social. So let's make that best practice to get that in, to know what sits behind us. Because if you come sit in front of me, I'm going to urge you to get that open. And when we do get that account open and I ask you questions about what's on those transcripts, if you look baffled, then that's another course of action that we need to take just to get things rectified. So that's why it's also best practice to get things done early and in a timely manner. It's nothing to hit submit to get you submitted on time, but just gathering all those documents take time. It doesn't matter about the receipt. As the preparer and or the accountant, we know what receipts we need to document. So for time's sake, get everything in. Help your preparer/accountant so they can help you. And it's okay to call and ask questions. It's okay to send text messages. It's okay to send an email. Whatever you feel is most comfortable for you to get those documents in. We want to have those documents in. It's just so important. I can't stress that enough. Also, I know I stated it that we're coming up on these payroll reports and those estimated tax payments. If you have not started estimated tax payments and you are unclear of how to get that started, or you're unaware of if you need to pay estimated tax payments, give Anointed Accounting a call. We're going to show you how to read that tax return to see if you have a balance. Of course, you don't want to owe the federal and state entities. And even if you do, and if you're like me, you don't like owing nobody, you just want to hurry up and get them paid. You don't want to deal with it. You want them out your hair. Like, who wants to deal with the federal and state entities, right? So let's get on one accord. Let's help one another, meaning your preparer/tax person to do your benefit with helping you, and you in turn give them another benefit by giving them all the documents that's needed. So we are also coming up on, it's going to happen sometime in May. Forms that have not been ready per certain tax software programs. So it has been brought to my attention that those forms will be made available. So if you're out of state and let's say you're in Ohio and some forms are not available, if you're in Iowa and some forms are not available, no need to fret. Everything should be available for us no later than the 1st of May. Okay? So don't fret about that. If you're on an extension, that gives you the benefit of the doubt, because that extension protects you. That lets the federal and state entities know that, hey, I'm on an extension. I'm still gathering my documents. I still want to file. I still plan to be in compliance. I just need some extra time. I actually had a client ask me the other day, what happens if I am not ready by October 15th? Do I get another extension? Unfortunately, it does not work like that. Your extension expires October 15th at 11:59 p.m. So there's not a separate extension for the extension. That means after October, let's assume you're ready to file November or December, it will be time for you to file that tax return within that same year if you wanted to. Now, if you owe, you will get hit with a late filing penalty also, and that's because you neglected to file your tax return within enough time, okay? So, without further ado, I know I'm so very excited, so very happy for my guest that's coming on today. I am about to introduce my guest and bring her on, none other than Ambie Riley, the owner and co-founder of Osha Joi Cosmetics. And we are going to be learning about hair. And the reason why I'm interested about this is because if you know me, you know I don't care about hair. It is what it is. You know, I don't mind going to the barbershop when it's hot. I don't like nothing touching me. It feels like something crawling on me. I'm just not for it. But working with this young lady, I've learned so much about hair. And also, I did some research, and we're going to talk about that. I don't want to give all the secrets away. But I am going to bring her in. She's excited. She's ready. You guys help me welcome Miss Ambie Riley. Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Hi. See my hair? How are you today on this fabulous Saturday?
I'm doing good.
You sure?
Yes.
Are you okay?
I'm great.
You need some water?
No, I'm okay.
You need something to eat?
I did that already.
Oh, okay. Then I'm the one that's late because I need something to eat. So, how are you? How was your week?
It's been going pretty good. Pretty busy because of Easter.
That's right. Easter is tomorrow. Hey, all of my listeners, if you're listening, so like this was one of my favorite holidays. Notice I said one. And I never forget, maybe about 10 years ago, I called my mom and I said, I have not gotten an Easter basket. And she said, well, you're grown. You don't need an Easter basket. And I was like, you're crazy. I need an Easter basket and I want to say an Easter speech. And she just laughed and laughed. And she was like, Siobhan, are you serious? You really want an Easter basket? I was like, yep. I want candy. I want oranges. I want some peanut butter. And I want a teddy bear in there. And she just laughed at me and was like, girl, I will talk to you later. And I knew she was going to call Auntie Johnny Mae. I knew she was. And I knew what the conversation was going to be like. Here we go. Johnny Mae, girl, you know this girl Siobhan want an Easter basket? So I just say that to say, get people an Easter basket. I really miss my mom because I would have an Easter basket right now. So Auntie Johnny, I'm leaving it up to you and Aunt Tootie. I need an Easter basket and I would like fruits and teddy bears and candy. Yeah, that's what I want. So you were busy for Easter. Did you do a lot of hair?
Yes, a whole lot. I worked one day at least 13 hours.
That sounds like a day I worked.
Yeah, I was there all day, one day, 13 hours.
Oh, that is a long day.
I came home and passed out.
So, I can see that. I can understand that could be stressful. Because you got so many people coming in at one time, and even if they are on time, it's just nothing like going to get your hair done, coming out smelling like that good oil sheen.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, that scalp feeling good and it don't itch no more. Oh, I gotta go to the beauty shop. So, I want to go ahead and jump right into this because you have made me do some extensive research. By now, I really think that I could go for my PhD and just pass all the classes and just start research.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you have made me do some extensive research, and I'm just elated by the information that I've learned and also what you're going to share with us today. Mm-hmm. So, according to my research...
Not the notebook. You dug deep with that.
I did. I have to know who I'm interviewing, don't I?
Yes.
Okay, so according to my research, in 2027, it will be 10 years in the hair and beauty industry. You started this course of action in 2016 and you graduated in 2017. So if we're going off the year you graduated, in 2 years, you would be in this industry for 10 years.
Yeah, a long time.
Oh my God, I have so many questions.
It doesn't even feel like it. Like, honestly, it don't feel like I've been doing hair for almost 10 years.
Don't time fly by when you having fun?
Yes. Yes. Yes, it do. Yes, it do.
Oh my God, like 10 whole years. Like to do the same thing every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and it's like the fun part about hair is it's like it's so much to do. It's like I'm doing the same thing, but it's always something new every time. So it's what makes it keep it interesting.
I'm glad you brought that up because you weren't here when I was doing my research, but I think you were. Well, you got a bug in here somewhere because that's part of one of my questions. So look, this is gonna be a 2-part question, and if anybody's listening, and watching, please chime in with your questions. We're here to answer them for you. You got something you want to know, let's get it from our beauty expert, and of course the finances. So, Miss Riley, you mentioned that caring for hair started as a backup plan / hustle. How did this become a backup plan? And what were you doing prior to hair for this to be a backup plan / side hustle? Let's talk. First of all, let's talk about this backup plan. I know what a backup plan is, but let's talk about this. What were you doing prior to that to have this backup plan?
I was in college.
Okay.
And I was taking my general courses, but I literally had no idea what I wanted to do. Like, I'm like, whatever I want to do, I want to make money, and I want to be able to eventually have flexible time. That was my main two goals. And I started with my general courses, and I started interning at different jobs. Like, at one point I had like 4 jobs. I was doing like Uber, home care, grocery store, and something else. So I was working, just trying to fill out everything that I like and kind of try to get a feel for like which direction I wanted to go in. And funny enough, I ended up in none of those fields.
Clearly, but you got your feet wet. You got enough to put on a resume. So if you decided not to and you wanted to go back to Uber or grocery shopping, you got that under your belt, right?
Yeah.
So that's a plus, right? That's a plus. Okay.
And then with me wanting a freedom and also wanting something that I felt like made money and I can kind of be creative, make my own rules, and my money grow with my talent and not with just someone telling me they can afford to pay me more.
You had a lot of thought in this.
Yes, I'm an outliner, so I don't have concrete ideas, but it's like I'll outline bullet points of what I want and fit stuff into it until something fits.
Yeah, because I didn't do that when I was in school. I just went to school. Like, I did. You know, I heard my brother Vince talk so much about accounting, and not just accounting, but about a career to his children, which are my nieces and nephews, that, you know, I had to sit in on the conversations, and it was like, okay, at that point, I knew I was going to go to school because it was embedded. It was there. Because he said it's the difference between a job and a career. You got to have a career.
Yes.
You don't want just a job. So now I'm listening to you, and it is amazing that you had a plan. So you thought of this even though you're an outliner, right?
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, finish telling. I'm excited. Finish telling.
So I was taking my general courses and I was getting all A's and B's, but I was getting bored. So with me getting bored, I started backsliding with my grades in college because I was just getting not interested because I felt like I didn't have a strict direction of interest to hold me inside of my courses and staying attentive with my classes. And then I told my mom after like a year and a half of college, like, I think I'm gonna take a break.
How did that work?
And she like, what's a break? We not doing breaks. You don't do breaks. Breaks don't work when it comes to school. Like, you may not want to go back. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go back. I just want some more direction. And she's like, well, how about you do hair? And I'm like, I don't know about that.
So it was her suggestion that you did hair.
My mom told me that I should go and try the hair program or see if they had one, which they did.
Just so you didn't have to get out of school.
She didn't want me to take a break and work jobs and then stay to a job instead of going to find a career.
I think she know my brother. I think they had side conversations.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know if that's my style. Hair can get a little crazy. I'm a little chill personality. I don't know if I can handle that or if I'm up for that. She like, just give it a try. I was like, okay. So I started at Truman College.
Northside City Colleges of Chicago. Shout out to
Yes.
Truman and City Colleges of Chicago.
So I started at Truman, and they have us write our 5-year plan when we first get there. Like, what do you plan to get out of this? And I'm like, well, it's temporary.
Did you write that for real?
I have my notebook saying that this is my plan until I find my plan. And when I realized, like, no, this is actually a plan, It was like, I think I fell in love with all the diversity and just the flexibility, the creativity, everything that came with joining my career with hair and the beauty industry in general.
Okay, so it was mom's ideal.
Yeah.
And you took it and you stayed with it.
I gave it a chance, and when I started, I only took like one class, but I was still half foot in, half foot out.
Because you wanted your break?
I was doing half the rest of my associates and half hair, because I'm like, I got to continue my associates just in case I don't like this hair thing.
Okay.
But I wish I had went full blown, because then that semester, I switched over. I switched all my classes over to strictly hair full time.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that was a big change, I'm sure. Going from English and
right and math
and speech to now doing hair,
strictly
right?
Hair. And it's funny because when people think of hair school, they think strictly hair, but cosmetology is all beauty. So that's hair, lashes, eyebrows, waxing, pedicures, manicures, makeup. We learn all of that. We learn the foundation of beauty, not just hair.
Wow, you are right.
Yeah.
It's a course that you have to take in each one of them.
You have to get credits for each category, and we get tested out for all of it. And total, I think for Illinois is 1,500 hours we have to do total.
I think it's 1,525, according to my research.
Research is updated, because back when I was there, they had 1,500, but apparently they're getting a little strict because the industry has been a little bit more on the slackish side. So I understand that.
Wow. So now that's the backup plan. When did it become a hustle, or did it ever become a hustle?
So I think it just transitioned to a passion. It was like, I can do this because I enjoy it. When I knew I can do it and tell somebody that they don't have to pay me full price, I was like, this the one, because I like my money. So if I'll do something for free, do something for charity, I was like, I think I like this for real.
That is what's up. I love that. And I could like see your passion because you keep smiling about it. Like,
yeah, I really enjoy hair. Like, I really, really enjoy everything that has come with doing hair over the last 7-8 years.
And there's a lot that comes with that. I know it is.
Ups and downs, lefts and rights.
And that's with any profession. And I think it's what you make of it. I think how you go about it and the relationships that you build, the networking that you build. I think all of that plays a part in that pool. Do you think so?
It's beautiful to see how many people you come in contact with as a hairstylist, how many people days you've made, and you don't realize it, making them come in feeling one way and looking one way and leaving out just a pick-me-up for other people. Being able to talk to people and kind of, build, like you said, relationships, and yeah, it's great.
It's a lot with it. I can tell you that. The stories I hear. But okay, and we're gonna get to that. So, I've talked to a couple cosmetologists. I've talked to some barbers, and I just talked to everyday people because, like, I needed to know.
Yeah.
How to approach this interview, because this meant, all of my interviews mean something to me, but I wanted this to give me a different outlook on hair, because again, I don't mind going to the barber shop. Not at all.
You'll chop it off.
Hello. That part. So I wanted to get some more insight, and so I want to ask you a question to see if I get the same response from you. And it's 3 questions, but I'm going to start with the first one. Mm-hmm. What is salon life? Because you spoke about that. And you mentioned that you worked at a salon downtown Chicago. What did you like about that? But let's talk about what is salon life.
So,
because I've heard that before.
It's not just salon life. It's literally finding a salon home. For hairstylists, barbers, and people in the industry, it's where we spend most of our time if we're really booked and busy.
So it's like a person that work a 9 to 5. You're basically at work with your coworkers more than you're at home with your family, right?
But it could be more hours than a 9 to 5. So we're really there from the moment we pop open our eyes, get dressed, go straight there, and then sometimes we don't plan overtime, and it happens more than people realize. So you have to find a home that you're willing and able to be there all day in a good spirit, able to share that good spirit with other people, the clients, because being in a place like that, we all rub off on each other. We all kind of affect each other. We help each other. We inspire each other. So you kind of have to have a place that's very comfortable in order to nourish that energy.
Okay, so yeah, you gotta, it's like a pick-me-up. Like, if you're going through a rough day, you know you can go to work, somebody's going to do something to make you laugh, or you just want to get into that shaka-laka-laka-laka feeling, right?
If you're not having a good day, you have to make sure you don't bring that to the salon home, because everybody's there to kind of feed something positive out of that space.
So it is home. It's home away from home, basically.
Yes.
Because you're there all day, every day.
Very much so.
Okay, so that's the... Now, here's another question that I asked. You mentioned that you were at a salon downtown.
Oak Park.
What
Downtown.
was that? Oak Park downtown?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
How was that? How was that?
So that was my first experience of any kind of salon life. I was Oak Park downtown, and it was different for me. I wasn't doing hair there. They had me as a receptionist, so I was kind of in the background, and I was seeing the business aspect of how a salon runs, the payroll, how if you're not booth rental or if you're commissioned, how you get paid, how to structure it, the rules. Like, I learned the ins and out of that handbook of how to function a salon, so that when I opened my salon, I kind of felt like that introductory was really great to kind of get me started. Now, I went in like, I want to do hair. Why do y'all have me behind a desk? But then just slowing down, grasping and being grateful for the opportunity that I was in a salon like the one that I was, and just listening to God telling me, like, you're going to get something greater. Like, just trust everything that you're learning in the order that you're learning it in. So I started there with receptionist and a little bit of being a shampoo girl.
That, I think that's, you said it. If nothing else, you said it right there, listening to God.
Yes.
That's something that a lot of us need to do more often. Me, of course, because it's like you want to do this, like you said, you went in there like, look, I want to do hair. I want to see the fruits of my labor.
Floor.
Like, I know what I know how to do. I went to school for this.
I wanted to put it on the floor. I'm like, I ain't coming here to be doing no side work. I came here to do hair, what I'm in school for.
Right, you didn't apply for a receptionist.
I did not apply for a receptionist. I applied for a shampoo girl and assisting with hair.
But it paid off, so you don't have any regrets about that because you took that with you, right?
I learned so much. I'm so grateful of like the business side of how to structure and what it looks like, that I feel like it prepared my mindset and attitude of how to join a salon family when I finally got stationary in different places.
Wow, that speaks volumes, because that takes a lot, because at this point, even though you're ready to go in and you're ready to put your best foot forth, you now have to humble yourself.
In a sense,
you
yes.
You have to sit and watch the background and still be humble, just knowing that this is going to pay off in due time, right?
Patience is a virtue.
Ooh, baby. We ain't going to even talk about patience.
It takes patience, but the beauty industry takes a massive amount of patience, because it's customer service on 10,000.
Yes. And I have witnessed that firsthand. And I don't like to say, it's customer service whenever you're dealing with people, because customer service can be on a multitude of levels. However, this is a different type of customer service because, as you mentioned, you're dealing with hair, beauty, lashes, manicures, pedicures, waxes. Like, you got my whole body, fam. Like,
and see me, although
you better be nice to me. And I gotta pay for this too.
Yeah, and it's an energy thing. Like, you're touching people.
Yes.
So,
yes. So that level of customer service is like all the way up.
You're literally in their space. Like, you're in their space. You're not just like, it's not like I'm handing you a meal and you keep going and I don't see you until the next time you come by and if I'm still working the window. It's like, I'm seeing these people. I'm building a relationship. I'm learning what they need. I'm learning what they like and don't like. Like, it's really, really some stuff. I see we have a question.
Sure, let's ask your question before I get into mine.
How do you manage customer service with rude customers?
Because it is on a different level.
It honestly, me personally, it depends on.
Do tell.
It depends on the category of rude. Like, really, what I'll say is when you come in with a strong, assertive tone, some people follow it, and when they try to gear outside of it, you kind of just have to set your boundaries. And if you feel like it's something extremely uncomfortable, by law, we can reject anybody's service. So,
well, there you have it.
We don't have to proceed if we feel uncomfortable, if we feel possibly disrespected, or we feel like we're not even able to do the service and the person may be upset. We are legally allowed to reject the service or discontinue that interaction.
That is good to know. I never knew that. I never knew that you all could reject service. Now, I've seen at like a nail salon when someone gets a bit loud or a bit obnoxious, they call for emergency to have them escorted out.
Yeah, but I don't think people realize it's not just that if that gets that intense, if we're putting people out, it's literally by law, we can reject to do you for whatever reason that we see fit. So, yeah.
So if you go into the hair salon, this is these people homes, away from home. Act like you got some home training and some sense so you do not get rejected, because everybody want to walk away looking more beautiful than what they were when they came in.
Man.
I'm just saying. So, next question. Is there a difference between a salon and a beauty shop?
Yes and no. No, not really. It's more so terminology.
Okay.
It's terminology. I feel like, yeah, it's really just terminology.
And what does it depend on when it's terminology based?
I feel like that's like, I wanted to say cultural in a sense.
Okay, I can understand that.
Like, yeah, like cultural type of thing. Like, or it depends on what you grew up on. Like, you have an era of like a group of, say for instance, older people, I feel like say more beauty shop.
Like our grandmothers and great grandmothers, they got to go to the beauty shop.
I feel like younger people just say shop or salon. I think that's like an age group thing too, maybe. So yeah, I think it's like a demographic difference. That's what I'm gonna say, of like how you identify it. Now there are differences between salons and like braiding shop, because the braiding shop strictly does braids and some of them do not do or offer shampoos.
They don't?
Yes. Braiding salons, they legally, if they're only licensed to braid, they're not permitted to do shampoos. So when people that don't know that knowledge say like, nobody wants to shampoo my hair, and they're going to braiders aren't licensed to shampoo your hair, because they're not supposed to manipulate or put anything close to a chemical to your hair.
I never knew that.
They're strictly licensed just to braid.
Oh, I'm telling you, I'm on a learning adventure today. Like, doing my research, I didn't know that. I swear I did, but maybe I overlooked that. But okay, now you mentioned this earlier, but I want to go back to it. Booth rent or commission, which is better and why?
So when it comes to booth rent or commission, I would say starting out, commission is safer because the structure of commission is that commission, the salon establishment typically gives you customers and they can or cannot supply like maybe the shampoo and conditioner and the basics, and you just come in and practice and build up the clientele and work the customers that salon gives you, and you pay the salon owner a percentage for giving you your customer base, basically. So that's more beginner friendly, or I would say, it's beginner friendly. Once you have too many clienteles, you have to do booth rent because you will be giving away too much money if you're giving away, say for instance, typically most people cut is 40-60. So I think they keep
40-60.
Yeah, I think they like keep 60 and pay out 40% to the salon for
Wow.
the day. Yep.
So wait, it's daily, not weekly?
Weekly. Some salons offer daily rates, but most for commission. So you pay out, I think, at the end of the day. So every salon is different. And then, but some can do weekly, but I think they do it close out at the end of every day so they can keep track of how many people you've done and all of that. So it can make sense. So don't get confusing by the end of the week with commission.
So what happens if you don't have anybody?
With commission, that's why it's beginner friendly, because if you didn't make it, you don't pay it.
Oh, but you're still able to come back and work.
Yes, you come back the next day and whatever you do make, you have to cut that check, cut those dollars.
Whoa.
Now, booth rent is flat rate. Whatever you and the owner agree upon, that's what you pay every single week. And then with booth rent, with some salons, you have the option between a booth on the main floor or a suite room where you're kind of in an enclosed private area, and those cost more than the regular booth rent where you're kind of working alongside other people.
Oh. I've been going to the wrong shops. But no, okay. Now, we are going to move on to your expertise and experience. I love it because, like, this is so much, because I know me. I'm so quick to say, I'm finna go get my hair done. Well, maybe they can come to me and do my hair, or why even get it done? Just go get it cut off. So you as a cosmetologist, do you prefer being called a licensed cosmetologist, a hairstylist, or someone that just do hair? Like I say, I'm going to the lady that's gonna do my hair.
I don't mind hairstylists' hair, because as of late, I've primarily been doing braids, even if they call me a braider. As long as they know I do hair. Call me hair something.
You just want to know. You just want them to address you.
To know that I'm capable of doing hair and not just one category, because I'm very flexible in what I know how to do.
Are you reading my notes over here, young lady?
No.
You sure? Did you sneak in and check my notes out on my computer? I'm not, because that's going into my next question. Okay. Okay, so now you did just say you braid and you do hair. But my question is, do you have a specialty? And if so, how many do you have? And can you name 3?
Oh, top 3?
Yes. So that means you got more than one specialty, girl.
That's tricky.
Girl, come on, tell me these specialties, and I need to know 3 of them.
Okay, I'm going to say top 3 braids. Like, I'm really just anything natural hair category. So that's like braids, locks, silk press, Like, yeah.
She said, yeah. So anything natural hair.
That's my area. I like more on a natural, healthy hair aspect. I do other things, but if that person's hair is not healthy, I'm like, you sure you don't want something more gentle?
Okay. Got it. So I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. So let's just assume I came to you and I wanted my hair done and my hair was unhealthy, right?
Yes.
And you offered something more gentle and I declined it. Would you still give me what I asked for, or would you shy away from it?
I feel like when I get my clients that know their hair unhealthy, but they used to going in and just getting what they prefer, I go into my education. Because now a lot of people go with what they know because they don't know what they don't know. So I'm in their ear like, hey, how about we just start this little journey, and this time we can do this, and next time we can work towards that.
Okay.
Or I'll work around what they have, but try to suggest something with their idea mixed with something that avoids what may be sensitive for their hair condition.
Wow. Okay. I can understand. And I can see me being that person. Like, look, I want all of this cut off and a piece right here. I don't care what you say, but that's what I want because I'm paying for it.
But see, style. So, and I also, if their hair is unhealthy and they want to insist on something, I also remind them, like, or ask them, what is your goal? Because if your goal is a healthy hair, then that's another conversation.
Oh, so wait, that's more to the conversation than me just coming in there saying,
I have some clients where they're like, grow my hair to my waist, and I'm like, got it. Then I have some clients where they like, I don't want my hair touching my back, I sweat, and I'm like, got it.
oh, so you got to have it all down packed to the core.
I have to communicate and have a proper consultation while working with them so that I fill out what best fit each client, because all of them aren't the same.
I swear, I think you've been in my notes.
I have another question on my end.
Yes, let's go to your questions.
They said, as a stylist, do you offer discounts if you made a mistake? Yes, ma'am. I offer discounts. I offer refunds. I am a mental self-conscious, don't play about my work and image type of stylist. I will take that $150 off of that week of pay versus losing $500 because people stop coming. It doesn't make sense to be hound on $5 when that person over the course of the next year will be paying you $1,000.
So that takes me back to the beginning where you have to humble yourself. You have to know what you're doing, and you have to, again, that level of customer service has to be above and beyond.
And the thing with hairstylists is we don't have a overhead management to say you better give them their money back. So you have to have a moral compass and respect for the people that support you to know, hey, I'm human, it was a bad day, or maybe we didn't agree and communicate exactly what you were looking for compared to what I did. And we have to be like, okay, examine the situation. Now, as far as discounts, I have a way that I choose how I discount too. Because I'll check in and there's mirrors everywhere, and I'm very thorough with asking what we're doing. If you wait to the end, sometimes it's either something off your following service when you come back. If it was something that had nothing to do with miscommunication and I realized I made a mistake, I'll do a full reimbursement. Not necessarily. I barely do reimbursements. I do your next hairstyle is free to give a chance of correction.
That's awesome. Like that has a lot to do with integrity.
Yes.
Because you're taking and accountability. You're taking accountability for the mistake that was made, regardless to if it was lack of communication thereof, regardless to if something was missaid or wasn't said. Any factors could play into that. And for you to say, hey, look, next time you come, this is totally free.
Totally free. You're getting extra treatments. I be feeling bad. I ain't gonna lie.
And that takes a lot to deal with as a person. Like you said in the beginning, you're in someone's space. Mm-hmm. So, I like that. So we have a question. We have people that asked, where is your shop located at? So let's tell everybody where you're located right now.
We are at Chicago Suppress, 7938 Southwestern in Chicago, Illinois, Southside. We are open Tuesday through Saturday from my schedule from 9 to 10 p.m.
You have a very broad schedule. Your schedule is like mine. The only difference is I start at 6 in the morning. So I got 3 hours ahead of you and 2 hours after you because I try to close at midnight.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we open.
That's good. Now, what if someone can't get there on a Tuesday and they need like a Monday appointment or a Sunday appointment? Do you accommodate that? And if you do, is that an extra charge?
I have in the past accommodated without an extra charge. I think moving forward, if I do, it might be leaning towards an extra charge because my lifestyle is a little more strict with my schedule.
Okay, got it. That makes sense.
But that's why we close at 10 p.m. to give people getting off work and out of school a chance to kind of get in and get something done. But what I will say, if there is a hairstyle and it's a client that lives in the area and I don't finish and I absolutely need to wrap it up, I'll finish the following day and I'll communicate that before if I think we aren't going to finish, and I'll give them a perimeter style so that they can hide the unfinished part until they get back to me.
Oh, that's amazing. I like that. Like, that is so amazing. Well, since we're talking about hair, hairstyles change quite often, and you mentioned this earlier that hair changes. How do you keep in touch with what is hot and what isn't?
One, the requests. If something hot, the clients are texting you like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? You know what this is?
So your clients notify you first. It's not like a service board that you all have with different new and upcoming releases and styles.
Social media, and the clients gonna start requesting it, because even if something hot, if my group of clients don't like it, we ain't doing it. So there's been some styles that came out and it was hot, but my clients weren't requesting it.
But did you still know how to do it? Just in case someone walked in and did want it done.
Yes, for the most part, with how long I've been doing hair, I have experimented so much, it's not a lot that comes through the door that I don't know how to do. Or I can't look at the picture and figure it out.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you have turned this backup plan / hustle beyond a level of passion. Like, to sit and learn how to do a style that's not even popular with your clients, just to have the know.
Yeah.
That takes patience.
I'll offer it as like a discount sometimes, just so I can have, if I feel like it's something that's challenging, I offer to somebody as a discount to try it and have a picture of it for my portfolio, just so I can make sure I'm comfortable when somebody do ask and they want it done properly. But for the most part, it's been a long time since I felt like I had to do that. Because most hairstyles are combinations of other ones I've done just mixed together.
That sounds like a lot. I'm so glad I went into accounting.
Accounting is a lot.
You know, it depends on who you ask. And I guess we have a different love for different things, but when it comes to the customer service and when it comes to the people, that's where we share that level of love.
Oh, it's the same.
And we're therapists, right?
Very much so therapists, very much so personable, very much so customer service. And your switch up is more so laws. Mine is just trends. So that's what makes a difference. And I think we have Another question on my board.
Let's get your question, girl. See, everybody want to learn about hair. I told you this was exciting today. Oh my God.
Let's talk about the different products with the different textures of hair.
Good one.
Yes.
Good one, because you mentioned there's different cultures.
It's hair product is in the top 3 things that you should be mastering when it comes to becoming a good flexible hairstylist. Like, what works for one person's hair type does not work for another person's hair type.
Absolutely.
Please don't listen to the internet when they tell you you have 4BCAFG hair.
Is that a hair?
Hair texture type, meaning your curl pattern or looseness. Everybody have different charts and different ideas of what it means and what kind of hair you have and what it needs to be healthy. And it's broken up into 2 to 3 things. It's broken up into your hair texture, which is how tight or loose the curl is. Your hair porosity, meaning how easy or non-easy it absorbs and let go of moisture. And those are the top 2 off the top of my head. But like, you learn those things about your hair, and then you go into what product should you use for your hair type.
Let me piggyback off that. Does this also apply for men? Because we're talking about a shop, and typically, you know, women always go to the shop, right?
Yes.
But lately, I have seen how men go to the shop and they'll get their hair pressed or they'll get their ends clipped. Men like to look nice, just like women do. And, you know, I see some of them getting the check before we do.
I have some men clients, and it's the same thing. It's universal when it comes to hair. Hair is hair. Don't matter what type of body is on. We focus on the hair, on the head. And the guys, they don't play. Them guys, when they say every 2 weeks, they come.
They are diligent.
They show up. If I say use something, they most of the time use it. And then they can't hide if they haven't been using it, because I'm seeing them too often, so I can touch their hair and tell.
Because you know.
Because I know, and I'm seeing them often, so I really get to see the results with the men, because they on they every 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I want to give a special shout out because my basis of product knowledge came from my cousin Michelle. And she has been in the industry 20 years plus, just about, and she definitely got me started with what I know and everything I needed to know when it came to healthy hair products and things that actually work, and not stuff that's just new in a beauty supply.
Well, let's give a shout out to Michelle. Thank you, Michelle, for showing Ambie and giving her all this knowledge about hair and me, because I'm sitting here excited. Like, I may just let my hair grow. I may.
You know what? You don't like hair.
I may, just a patch.
I think we have one more question.
Sure.
Do you charge clients more when their hair is really short when braiding? No. If it's too short, I'm not braiding it. And this is why. One, it's because I have a conscience when it don't last, and if it slips out, I'm gonna want to do it over for free, even though I know that the reason it slipped out is because nothing was there to begin with.
So you just shy away from it?
I'm not set. There is a minimal requirement length for hair braiding. You don't come in with 3 centimeters talking about, can you micro this? And I do not play with micros. Please attend the African salons.
Oh, so you won't do micros?
No, ma'am.
Why?
Get somebody else to do it.
So is that some of the least specialties that you don't like to deal with?
I can do it. I don't enjoy it, and I'm at a place where I don't take services I don't enjoy.
Look, girl, listen. I love all of my clients, but them ones that got them Schedule D's, oh Jesus. I have to call on Jesus. Because that is my least favorite.
Man.
well. So, in your industry, how do you help people feel confident about their desired look? So, what I mean by that is, let me explain. Let's say someone comes in and they feel unattractive. And they say, well, I want, I don't know, hair hanging down this way and the curl this way, because they think it'll look nice. But you say, no, it won't. Something else would look nice. How do you instill that in them, that hairstyle that they're talking about does not fit them, but what you're suggesting would fit them and make them feel confident when they walk out the shop?
Honestly, dealing with so many people and being in the industry for so long, you kind of learn a select few questions to ask to kind of fill out the person and stay in the parameter of what they're comfortable with and also what you think will fit. And just kind of talking them through it. And the ones that's a little hesitant, I'm like, I'll hand them the mirror. Like, you want to see it? I'll take a picture of the back of their head and be like, look, that's where we at so far. But also, if it's too early in the game and I know they can't get a clear image visual like I can, I have a couple clients where I'm like, nope, wait till I'm halfway through at least so you can get an idea of what direction is going in. And then we kind of go from there. So I'm patient with stuff like that because nobody wants to sit for hours, pay their money, and walk out feeling not attractive.
When they already came in feeling unattractive.
That's like the worst. That's the worst. So I walk them through and I kind of have patience again. I have patience with that. And and most of the time I go simple. If they're uncomfortable and especially if they don't know what they want, well, I ask their style, because if they are edgy, then I'm a freestyle, and my freestyles normally be pretty good.
So do you ask for prior pictures of prior hairstyles, or do you take like an image of the hairstyle and put it like face to face and say, okay, this is how this could potentially look on you?
I would say as long as their hair is healthy, they have like enough perimeter hair and edges, as long as it'll look right in their head and frame their face good, it's okay. And then you have some people that like hair in their face because they don't like the front of their hair showing. So I just pick something along in those categories of what direction they're going in. You have some people that like their hair up off their neck. So we pick a multiple. I pull up Google in a second, like, hey, let's look together. Let's pick one. We look together.
That's good. That's good that you do that. I like that. I haven't seen people do that a lot in the shop.
Yeah,
I just seen people, well, no, that's not gonna look right. I'm gonna do this.
So back in the day, they used to have those books where you could flip through.
Yeah.
And pick your hairdo.
Yeah.
So they used to have like real printout portfolios. I'm not a fan of doing anything in somebody's head and that ain't what they said they want. We have got to come to a sense of conclusion. I can suggest stuff because at that point, if it goes completely wrong, it was my idea, it wasn't yours. So,
and that's free.
Nope, you got to agree with me now. I need you to be right here with me when we make
this is a relationship. We gonna make this decision
together.
Need you
right here with me, same page. I think we have a couple more questions.
Sure, let's get to your questions. These are some excellent questions for those out there listening. Again, this is about health, beauty. You have any questions, chime in. We want to hear from you. I know I'm learning a lot about hair, stuff that I didn't really think that was of major importance. And I also looked at it from just one spectrum. It's just for women. But you have men out there that get their hair done just as much as a woman do.
Yes.
So, and I love to see, Steve Harvey used to say on the Apollo, especially when gentlemen came out, my mom used to always tell me there is nothing better than a well-dressed male. And if you were well-dressed, smelling good, and your hair is on point,
if they real put together,
I need to know who your stylist is.
Yeah, my clients come back, like, especially the guys, because the guys are simple. They picky and simple at the same time. It's like, they'll tell you what circle to stay in, but you can kind of get flexible in that circle.
But no more.
Yeah. And they get designs more than women. So they get stopped in the street like, hey, who did that? Like, who know how to do it? And I know I'm good at designs.
Hello, I love that. I love to stop traffic. I want you to put the force in my head. I don't care.
I think that's my client's favorite part. Like, they will get stopped and tell me, like, yeah, somebody stopped me. I gave the lady at my job your number. Or I gave my neighbors your number because they keep asking. And some of my clients stingy. They be like, I don't want to see them at my shop, so I told them I don't.
Yeah, and I've done that before. Somebody has asked, and they're a stylist, and they've said, well, who does your color? I need my color done. And I'll be like, I think you need to go back to school.
Nah.
I don't want to share.
They territorial. If
Yes.
they don't want you coming to my shop, they not giving you my information.
Yes. No, you got to be somebody that I really, did I say really like?
Yeah, they get like that, I swear. And
Yes.
then they laugh and come tell me like, yeah, somebody asked, and I hope you don't mind, but I just don't want, or I know they not going to pay the price for quality, so I ain't even going to give them your number. I was like, well, they know me and they respect my business to know not to send me no anybody, so I appreciate that too.
Yes. Did you have a question before I go to my next one?
Yes, okay. I have about 3 lined up.
Okay, let's go.
As a hairstylist, how many clients should you do before a break? Y'all, although I recommend breaks because they are healthy and you have to put that health first for the longevity, my butt do not break. I don't break. I buy sandwiches and stuff that I don't have to physically touch to eat while working, or I can eat with a fork and kind of like keep over to the side, but I barely break.
That's not healthy.
So what I do is, depending on my clients, I'll schedule a little bit overtime, knowing that the style's not going to take as long, and in between clients, I'll sneak a couple bites in. But if I have a day where everything's running behind, I'm going to keep going. I keep food because I can't pass out, but I'm going to keep moving. But I feel like it depends on the hours each client take. I feel like you shouldn't go after 5 hours without checking in on yourself.
And that work is typically, you work 2 hours, take a 15, 4 hours, you take your 30 or an hour.
Yeah.
And then another 2 hours, you take your 15.
I'm going to say at least after 4 hours, that's about a medium braids. Go breathe.
Walk away.
Would you prefer them to let you know if they don't like the style before or after you're finished? It depends on the style. There's some styles that's easy to fix in between, and there's some styles where I'm letting them know once I complete this part of their style, it's in there. And yeah, but it's really rare that they don't like it. I've had a client who didn't like the color, and the following client was running behind, so I'll accommodate as much as I can within your time slot for free, but depending on what it is, if it's just something like you tried something new and you told me you wanted it, you picked it, and then you changed your mind midway, that's a different discussion. And if we can't edit it that day, I'll just reschedule for further services. But I would rather them tell me as soon as they can, because I will fix it midway if they tell me sooner than later if they don't like something.
That's good. That's good to know that you are willing to still fix it. And even if they wait to the end, you're still willing to go back to fix it. Like, you have integrity. That's important.
Like, a lot of people have you have some stylists that have a lot of new clients jumping in and out of their chair, but it speaks volumes when you have the same client base for years.
Yes.
It's a big difference.
It's that relationship.
It's a relationship. It's a trust built, honestly. It's really a mutual trust and respect built.
And you done got in my space, depending on what we doing.
Yeah.
And what's your other question?
If a person hair naturally is passed their waist, would you style it? I have a client who hair is at her waist, and We do. She loves a good ponytail. And then my other client who hair is at their waist, they love large knotless. That's like their little go-to right now. But yes, I will style it. Once you start getting 4 inches about within like the waist range, that's when I start upping the charge because of time and product usage ups as we're doing longer hair. So anything short to mid back and maybe a little bit after mid back, I typically charge that flat rate. When we get to waist, that means that shampoo takes longer, your conditioning takes longer, the product I'm doing to lay everything smooth, because I don't treat my clients, all of that takes way longer and much more product, so it requires a little bit more money. Wow. But I will style it if it's long. I love styling long hair.
Why not short hair?
I love styling short hair. I like doing figure waves too, but ain't nobody getting them right now.
Girl, stop it. You use your finger or you use the clip?
I be sitting there with my finger in the comb.
With that rat tail comb?
Hey, I figure wave some short hair. I get in there with some short hair.
What about the popcorn waves? You remember those?
They call them popcorn or like scrunch waves.
Yes.
I have not done them.
I had those.
I love the way they look, but I haven't done them. I would say the most I've done is rod set, finger waves, jerry curl.
See, now you see why I don't like hair?
It's a lot. It's a whole lot to come with.
I had a rod set, and no, I'm telling the story. I did not have a rod set. I had a coffee scroll set.
Yeah, no. I'm not riding your hair with no coffee straws.
Why?
Because why do you want that?
Because you're small.
Yeah, no. I don't even have a logical explanation. Oh, yes, I do, because it reminds me of micros. I'm not doing it.
So I should find someone else if I want.
Go to the Africans for that. I told you where to go. Straight to the Africans. I don't play like that.
She said, yeah, no. So if you're looking for a coffee straw set, you cannot go to Ambie. She is not going to do it.
Do not disturb.
So, now, I heard you said in the beginning when we were talking, you do have conversations with your clients.
Yes.
But a conversation is kind of different from a consultation with your client. So, if a new client comes on board, is there a certain amount of time you spend with them? Is there like a list of questions that you have already prepared for them? Is it a series of things that you go through within this consultation to get them on board?
New clients, this is why I'm really, really big on providing a shampoo. My consultation is at the shampoo bowl. I don't want my new clients to feel uncomfortable or feel like they walked into an interrogation. So that shampoo bowl is where they're relaxed, they're comfortable, and we're not so far into the service where I can just sit there and ask a couple questions. With shampooing, with their hair being wet, I can see the quality of health of their hair, how it curls up, how it takes the water and the product. So that's like my first introductory. And I normally ask questions before we get into the service. And the shampoo conditioner take maybe 30 minutes. So within that 30-minute span, the conversation is the consultation, if that makes sense, unless they want something really extravagant.
Okay, so you have
like color. Color,
yes,
requires prior consultation, because and you have to tell your stylist the truth. If you lie about color and that hair fall out in the sink, please don't ask me for no refund. Because
but that's embarrassing to some people to say, well, oh, my hair fell out because of the color. Now, what if they say, it's the product that you used? So what if they put it back on you?
It depends. It's liable. So it depends on how it falls out. But like some people, if your stylist asks you when the last time you had a color, give them an accurate time. If they ask you, have you had a relaxer, and you turning around asking for color 2 days later, and whether it's on me or not, and I didn't realize it was on me, and your hair fall out, your hair's still gone. So be honest, because it's saving you.
Oh, so are you able to determine how close it's been for them if they've had a relaxer to jump the color or vice versa?
I can tell if that hair freshly relaxed. See, that comes with experience, but don't do a new stylist like that because they may not know. I can tell if it's been freshly relaxed. I'm going to say, I'll see you in about a month and a half. Give it a break. Let me give you some treatments to strengthen it after you've gotten that chemical before we double back with a second chemical. And if you have had a color before and you are a colorer where you get repeated color, over time it will begin to shed, and that is natural. But more so at the ends. The roots will be healthier than the hair that has been colored more than once.
But just cut it off.
Yeah, and that's what happens. Like normally you end up just having to keep up with those trims to make sure it stays healthy. And yeah, being honest. And if your stylist tell you in order to take care of that color to come back within a certain amount of time, please come back and get the treatment done. Because if it starts shedding after that time frame and you like, well, my hair is not doing what I want it to do, it's because you didn't do what your stylist directed you to do.
Okay, so suppose you did advise someone to come back in 3 weeks for the treatments, but life happened. They can't come back. Maybe something happened in the family or for finances. Is it a home remedy that can be done just to hold them until they get back to you?
Yes.
Okay, so would you give out that information when they talk to you?
I am not a hairstylist that don't answer questions. You have some hairstylists where they don't really like to talk to their clients. It's just you come and you call me about my money and then you get off my phone. I am a personable hairstylist. Like if you have a question and your money is short, I'm going to be sitting on the phone with you trying to figure out how you can. Because I'd rather you have enough help for me to do the next time I see you than for it to fall out at home because you was waiting on your next 2 weeks check.
Interesting.
Like, I feel like a lot of people, because it's fast money with hair, they don't think long term. Like, long term, I want the hair on your head so I have something to do. I'd rather you not be able to pay me right now when I give you a temporary substitute to hold you over than for all your hair to fall out and you feel like it was my fault and I don't see you ever again and then I don't have any clients left.
That's nice to know. I don't know many people that do that. That is so nice to know. And so everything starts with you at the shampoo bowl.
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so at the shampoo bowl. And I make it real relaxing. I dim the lights, play some music, have some essential oils, a steamer going. I make it super comfortable at that shampoo bowl. Like, I don't play when it comes to my shampoos, conditioners, and just cleaning their hair. And everybody don't know how to properly shampoo their own head and make sure it's clean. So people prefer for somebody else to actually, plus it feels good.
It does. It's a process to this. It's definitely a process. And also, I think what women especially enjoy about it is it's a self-care day. Like, I done took care of everybody for the week. Right. It's time for somebody to take care of me. Scratch my scalp, you know?
For sure.
Do my nails and my toes. Like, let me sit back and be like,
And as a hairstylist, I be refusing to shampoo my hair. I leave my hair in a ponytail for weeks waiting on another stylist to be able to shampoo my hair.
Are you serious?
I like the way it feels, so I know my clients like the way it feels. Because I'm like, I don't want to do it myself. It don't feel the same.
So you being a hairstylist, have someone that does your hair. You have a stylist.
I'm really strict on who get in his head. Right now I have one braider. And she's really good. Her name's Katrisa. She's on the west side. And then as far as my hair treatments and stuff like that, shampoo, I don't mind who shampoo it, but I typically put in my own conditioner and protein treatments and rinse it out. But I be wanting somebody else to scrub his head.
I can only imagine. Hands above your head. No, you don't want all that. You just want to relax and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I get it. I get it. So, I know we talked about earlier, you said by law you could refuse service, but has it ever been a time where you've did someone's hair or you've witnessed another stylist doing someone's hair and this customer just don't like it. They're not taking any of the suggestions that you all have offered. They're not willing to come back to get it done over again, and they're just totally belligerent. Like, what do you do? Because it's beyond the point of refusing the service because the service has already been done.
So if the service has already been completed and they reach back out, like, hey, I'm not as satisfied as I thought I was. This is why. This is where I'm at. This is what's happening. The first thing I do is request photos. Because every single person that come through the door get a photo taken before they leave, because I need insurance of how you left my presence. Now, if they send me photos and something is reasonable, by all means. If they don't come back, then that's their loss. I can't make you let me fix it. My first offer is fixing it. If fixing isn't able to be done, then that's where refunds come in at. But you might as well get even if you absolutely hate the hairstyle, you're like, you know what, I hate the way that went, I want something else. I'll do something else, maybe in a cheaper range within what you pay for or less, and do something else for your money.
Has it ever been a time where you had to do both to keep the customer happy? I'm going to give you a refund and your next style is free.
I have not done both. You get one accommodation for one mistake. We got one thing going on at a time. I think they asked us some questions over here.
Go ahead.
Let's chime back in on these questions. Hey,
yes,
y'all.
Please, audience, chime in with your questions. I don't know about you all, but I'm having a good time. I'm learning so much about hair. Please check out Ambie at Chicago Silk Press, which is 7938 Southwestern. She is there from Tuesday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. So go and check her out. There you go. What's your question, honey?
So with locks, do you charge more for longer locks?
Be honest.
So I break my services up into sections, because technically with a lock style, you're paying for the shampoo and conditioner, then you're paying for the retwist, and then you're paying for if you want it styled. So when it comes to long locks, I'm kind of charging it for my time. So if they're smaller than average size and it takes me more time, the price going up. If your hair is really long and you want something like a 2-strand twist where I gotta go all the way down the length of your hair, the price is going up. If it takes me 5 shampoos to clean your locks versus a regular client, it only takes me 2 shampoos, the price is going up. So I don't charge just strictly, yes, I charge more for length, but that's how I break down how I charge for length. I was told we wasn't supposed to charge by the length. Yeah, time is money, money is time. So we charge by the time. If it takes more time, our price rates are typically in a time span, and when you go over that time span, more money is getting discussed at some point. Sometimes if that person didn't realize it, or if I already quoted a price, sometimes I'll honor the original price and say, hey, but next time I see you, this is what's going on and this is why. So that's how I handle those situations.
So I have a question about that.
Yes.
So if a person come in with locks and their hair is past their shoulders, you're charging them for the shampoo, the condition, the retwist, and if they want to style. But if a person without locks come in and their hair is past their shoulder, they don't get charged for the shampoo, the style, and whatnot? Or is it a different price because their hair is longer?
So with the people without locks, it depends. I go past the bra strap. Once you start heading past that bra strap, numbers are going up because you're not average length hair. I'm almost doing a double stack head hair. So that's pretty much how I do it. But yeah, it's kind of the same. Like if it takes me more time, then yes, I'm gonna go up. And I typically go about a 30-minute mark. Like if it goes over extra 30 minutes, then it's going into a whole complete another hour, and I get paid. I rate myself at least almost about an hour. So that's kind of how I dictate my pricing.
Okay, that's nice to know.
How do you deal with clients who are very tenderhead? Whoo,
That's
God
a
bless.
good one. That is a good one. Oh, that's a good one.
My tenderhead clients, I don't have a lot. And I'm not extreme. I'm patient because I don't have a lot of them, and I'm patient, and I'm kind of gentle. So I'm gentle, and I use products with more slippage so that it can glide through easier for them. Like sometimes I might use extra detangler to make sure they don't feel it. But I don't really have issues with my tenderhead clients that much. Sometimes they gotta thug it out because the style they pick may have required for me to make sure that it has enough tension to last. But that's rare because a lot of my styles are not like heavy tension where I have to do a lot of pulling.
Do you do children's hair?
That's the next question.
Now you see how I feel? Now you see it in my notes.
So let's talk about kids and their ages and their tenderness, pricing, and service. Children. I only take a select few kids. I feel like we are allowed to say we don't service kids. I understand why. I have serviced kids. I've had a time where I had a lot of kids. Right now I have a moderate amount, and I'm okay with the couple I have. I'll take maybe 1 or 2 more, but I don't want a bunch of kids. As far as pricing, I normally only take off $15, $20 off of the additional price because a lot of these kids have the same amount of hair as these adults. And with the kids with being tender and crying, it comes with the territory with the children.
Whoa. Yes, because that definitely takes time. If the parent has to sit there, they moving, they scrunching in they sheet.
My youngest client right now is 1.
Aww.
And he's not tenderheaded or nothing. He just knows it. He turned around, he looking, he a baby. And his mama like, you want me to hold him? I said, nope. I got up, put him in my lap like he was my baby. And I'm like, look, this is what we doing. And you have to distract them. Kids be needing distractions. They don't like to sit still for long. Half the time, that'd be the problem too. I put on cartoons, little candy, tablets, like little things to distract them because they're not used to sitting for that long period of time. But as far as pricing, I'll discount $15 to $20 off the service for most kids. And after age maybe 11, it's going into adult prices. It starts at about preteen. So kids is considered whatever the smallest age a person willing to do up until about 10, 11.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. That's nice to know. I'm going to move on to your professional life. Mm-hmm. We done talked about so much stuff. I feel like now I could just go write a chapter in a book. And my chapter need about 5 pages, maybe 6. So, what is your advice for someone starting out in this field?
Ooh, advice?
Yes. What would you give a new and upcoming cosmetologist? What advice would you if I wanted to go to school for hair, what advice would you give me?
Going into the school, like the program?
Everything.
Okay, so for starters, going into the program, I would say, please do not think there is no book work. That book is thick and it's science in there because you're dealing with diseases, skin, health, sanitation, and people, bodies. So there's a lot to learn. I think people go in and they don't realize the amount of bookwork that comes with cosmetology school. And that alone make them drop out.
Like, yeah, I didn't think it was a lot of bookwork either. I thought you just sat and did somebody here.
There are over 30 chapters in that book. Chapters. Each chapter, there's different chapters. There is a lot to learn. Because you not only have to learn how to work with the clients and their hair, but you have to know how to sanitize your tools, your station. You have to learn how to do so much stuff with all of the equipment that you have in order to keep you and everybody else safe.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's more than people realize, and they go in there thinking they just about to play in hair, and they be disappointed.
Yeah, and that's what I think. That's what I had originally thought before I did my research. Like those hours they standing on their feet doing hair, and they got this instructor telling them what to do and how to do it, and you get to ask questions because it's hands on. So I only focused on the hands on aspect, not the book aspect. And of course, that makes sense.
They slap you with the book in the door. And at my school, we had a quiz every week.
Huh?
We had a mini quiz every week. We didn't test every week, but we had a quiz every week. So you have to do that stuff. They want to make sure that you know your stuff. Because we take a state board test in order to be licensed.
Yes. You gotta know. You have to know it. So in a sense, we're no different.
Nope, because we both take state boards.
Wait.
And I renew my license.
Wait. I'm not taking the state board because I'm not a CPA.
See?
Nor do I want to be. But
See?
my reasoning for not wanting to be a CPA is because Illinois doesn't have reciprocity. That test is about $4,000.
Ooh.
I'm not finna pay $4,000 and go somewhere else. Yes. So guess what? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just stay in my book and learn these laws, and I'm gonna call the numbers I need to call. But okay, that's amazing to know. Like, this is no joke because you are dealing with chemicals. Like you said, you're dealing with skin.
You can literally harm you, somebody else, spread diseases, all kind of stuff.
And you have to be aware of what you're dealing with when you see it head on. That's wow. Are you accepting new clients?
Yes, I am accepting new clients. And I'm so grateful and thankful for the clients that I do have. But I am accepting new clients. I will say I am. But I don't want to say limited spots because my clients be filling these weeks up. So it's a few spots that could be filled in. I am accepting new clients, but get them while they hot. Because I actually do be booked for my little time span.
Look, that's a long time.
Yeah. Well, I used to work like 6, 7. I used to work every day. So I've cutting it short. Like this, I used to be at the salon 1 in the morning. This is short for me because I was in there.
And I love them hours.
Man,
I was graveyard hours.
Somebody called. I rarely said no. Like, I had a phase in my career where I rarely said no.
Yeah, I think I'm still in that phase because I don't say no.
See, now that I have toddlers, sleep has to happen.
Yes. See, you on a different wavelength now.
Yeah,
you got to go home with toddlers.
I had to balance my family and work. Other than that, I would be in there like it's my apartment.
Right, but it is. You said it's home.
Yes, it is.
That's you're there technically more than you're at home.
And I'm nice and comfy. I be decorating and stuff.
Yes. So, let's jump into one of the things I am most excited about. And I want to say congratulations on all your accomplishments.
Before we start, can I finish the questions?
I'm sorry. I didn't know you had another one.
Yes.
Let's go. See, everybody want to know about hair and beauty. Let's go.
I'm going to go back into a couple more questions, y'all. What's some advice you give to a client that's struggling to get their relaxer out and just go natural? Keep braids. Grow it out, keep braids, trim. You have to slowly let it transition. I had a client, we transitioned her relaxer out, and then we got to a point where she was comfortable enough to just wear her hair and do a big chop, but just braid cover-up styles. So styles that kind of cover the difference between that in-between phase. How many times should you deep condition and trim? I do trims at least every 2, no longer than 3 months. Deep condition, if not every style, depending on how dry that person's hair is, I would do a deep condition every other style. But if you're wearing your hair longer, like you have some braids you're keeping up for over a month, you definitely want to treat it when you finally get those braids out your hair. So it depends on what type of styles you have, of how often you condition, but as much as possible, because hydration is the biggest part for people with African American hair growing. You have to keep it conditioned because it minimizes the breakage, so that's really important. So as much as you can deep condition, try to get it in. How do you manage customer service people with a bad scalp? I turn into a scientist.
You go back to that book knowledge.
You know what? It's book knowledge, but that's percentage of book knowledge, percentage of product knowledge. Because you have to figure out what to use in order to treat them. Because we only able to treat surface. We're not dermatologists. We can't go treat underneath the skin. We just do surface level stuff. But I'm that person that would go on a rabbit hole of what's going to help with dandruff, what's going to help with this or that, what's going to help. Like, I be wanting to help my clients. I can't stand having a client that feels insecurity about something, and I could possibly offer something to help and not just hairdos to cover it up. I actually like to treat, because I am a natural hairstylist and I'm real big on more natural stuff being used on my clients' hair. Let's talk.
You hear that? Natural hair, people. Natural hair. But she says she does it all. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about sanitizing your combs. Never using the same comb on everybody's head. And when you drop your combs, sanitation is very, very, very important. If you drop a comb, you're supposed to clean it or with soap, or at least barbicide. We dip it in barbicide for a certain amount of time, and it sanitizes our stuff. And definitely switching out everything that we use, because there are some clients where they have really bad dandruff, and it could be a scab or something, and you don't want to put, what you used on one person directly on the other person without any water and soap and sanitation stuff being involved.
I've seen the stylist pick up a comb and just wipe it on their pants and then start back.
Disgusting. On your pants? Well, first of all, what?
The apron. I'm sorry. The apron.
Like she dropped it on the ground?
Yes.
I mean, we are taught to clean our tools. That means even if it hits the floor, because we walk on the floor. Our shoes hit the floor. Our shoes go outside. We walking around. So we are taught to make sure that we don't cross-contaminate when we're dealing with people's skin and bodies.
Okay.
So, yeah. I said that wrong. Maybe I know you know what I mean.
You got to read the question so all our
No, it
people
wasn't
can.
a question.
Okay. That was all your questions?
Yes, that seems to be all.
I love the interaction. Thank you all for chiming in. I just love it. This is just so exciting. I'm glad to know that I wasn't the only one that had these questions and that wanted to focus more so on hair. Mm-hmm. So, let's talk about Osha Joi Cosmetics Company.
Woo-woo!
I know that you just made a year in January.
Yes.
I'm so excited for you. And I'm just going to hit you with a couple of these at a time. Tell us about organic, herbal, vegan hair. Because that's what Osha Joi is about. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of stuff in here with hair. And not only is it organic, but it's herbal and vegan. What if my hair like me? Like, how do help me understand this.
But your hair grew from me. I'm thinking meat benefits after it exits the scalp.
Let's talk about this. Like, tell me about it.
So Osha Joi Cosmetics is my product line that I have been working on for a very long time. I want to say at least 2 years now. And I'm really, really excited and proud because it has come a long way. It is personally formulated. I didn't just copy and paste somebody else's ingredients. The quality of stuff that's put into every container, jar, and bottle is potent. It's not being short. It's not saying that, oh, this product has this good thing in it and it's only one drop in there. It's saturated with healthy, love, herbal, earthly stuff for our skin and body and hair. So I am so excited about my line, and it took me months upon months to name it.
It did. It did. I remember that. All them text messages.
I'm like, this is so serious. What do you think about this? I'm like, no, it has to be personal because this is going to mean a lot to me, and I'm keeping this brand. And I'm like, it means a lot, and I need to name it something that I'm proud of and that sounds good and it kind of rings a bell, but doesn't sound common. So it took a lot for me to name my company.
And you know, when I counsel people, especially people that want to open companies, I sit and I tell them, you have to pick a name, and not just any name. You have to pick a name that's going to make you smile 389 days a year, 28 hours a day. And I know to the average person that's listening to that, it's like, no, wait, it's only 365. But the overall point is you love it just that much. Yes. That you go above and beyond over that time. And that's good that you took the time to sit and do that, because that means a lot. That means so much because it's yours. Like you said, it's personal.
Yes, it is.
And you put the time in for it. You're in the hair industry and, of course, now the product industry with your products that you have for health and beauty. When did you notice that professionalism had left the industry when it comes to just the consultations, dealing with clients, hair and products? When did you notice that, hey, there is no professionalism at all? These people are just about money.
When I first started to build clientele in Hammond, Indiana, downtown Hammond, that was like my first salon where I got assistance with clientele, and I had a faster flow, and I was able to hear people walk through the door and tell me, like, I used to go to this place and this was my experience and this is nothing like my last experience. And people come tell you, people talk. Like, hair is such a personable service that don't think if you out here doing stuff bad that nobody else heard about it. People talk. They're going to say their experiences. And it's that, and just seeing the condition of a lot of people's hair. It's telling how a lot of people's hair isn't in good health, but they've been going to such and such for umpteen years. So
wow. So that means the communication has left also. It was no longer about professionalism, because if you can tell that the hair is not where it needs to be, then it's safe to assume that no communication was there, no level of accountability was there on the stylist's behalf, and no integrity was there, and you can just throw professionalism out the door, right?
Yes and no. Yes, in some cases, all of those things could be a factor. No, because in some cases, people are cheating the system and jumping the education part. There are so many stylists that never got educated. They genuinely don't know. Some of them are letting people in their hair that are not licensed, that has not have the proper education, and they genuinely don't know. It's not that they don't want to know, they don't know what to do. So they do what they know because they're in it for the money. Do they want to learn it? You kind of have to pay for that. If they're not willing to invest, then they're left at the educational level that they're left at.
Ooh, okay. So, in my research, I noticed that you had a passion for professionalism, and you also had a passion for teaching oncoming stylists. And that led me to want to know what will a training course consist of, and will these courses be accredited? Will you do to these people what happened to you in school? Quizzes, hands-on, book work. Like, what does this look for a new person coming in? As you just mentioned, they literally don't know.
Yeah. So for me, right now, my journey is mostly surrounded upon my client base and my product brand. But very soon, I do want to add on to the plate teaching and training and educating. And for entry level, it would be more so courses typically go 1 to 2 days, and they learn everything they know, and you give them all the equipment they need and all the resources they need in those 1 or 2 days, and they have resources to refer back to later on, and they kind of pay for it that way. I also probably get to the point of digital, like courses, classes, stuff like that. But as far as training people, once I get to the milestone where I have my own establishment, it'll kind of be set up in a sense like a familiar Chicago salon Tricoci, where it's mandatory to come in getting trained, because I have to know that you're coming in with a certain amount of knowledge. So if something happens, you can't say you didn't know because I trained you in the door. So that will look like literally quizzes, 101, the major stuff. It'll be hands-on and kind of a little background training. But for starters, it'll just be like specialties. If someone wants a class on braiding, it'll be just that. Because it's so much to learn, you have to break it up or it'll get overwhelming for them to learn. So it depends on what that person is in for.
Okay, so let me see, because I know that you're an outliner, so that's what brings me to this next question about your courses. Have you thought about partnering with schools that offer cosmetology to grab those students after school? Because what you learn in school is different from what you learn in the field.
Very much so.
So would you partner with those to pick people, or you would just have it mainly set up if someone was interested, they would have to look you up and come and... Both. Okay, so you would not.
So if someone isn't licensed and isn't in school but just want to learn a technique, I will have the course available for someone that's not licensed but just want to learn a specific technique and practice it for maybe later on if they're interested in going to school. But when I open my establishment, that in-depth training will only be for people that's potential for hire, and that will be mostly strictly out of school, straight out of school, or people that's a little bit more experienced.
That is so interesting. Now, with the training, that comes with the professionalism that you're training them on, the teachings about all the different hairstyles and the skin and everything else, maybe even color. Would they have the opportunity to stay on board with you? Or would they have the opportunity to stay on board with you? Or would they have to leave and venture out? Sorry. No, thank you. Get back on. We can wait. Little intermission. Hey, everybody out there watching. I see Imani. Hey, Auntie Johnny May. Hey, Pookie. I see you. Steve. DJ/Chef Steve. Hey. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Miss Cindy. I see you.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Hey, Auntie Latrice. I see you. How y'all doing out there, great big world?
Okay.
In case y'all just joining us, we're here with the owner of Osha Joi Cosmetics Company, Ambie Riley. She has taught us so much about hair and beauty and products and a foundation of professionalism. Like, this is just super exciting. I just want to go to the shop tomorrow.
Steve said, "Essie need a perm."
Steve,
I read that from over here.
He said what?
Dog need a perm.
Well, can dogs get perms?
No, I'm not giving no dog.
Well, DJ/Chef Steve, you haven't. Ambie is not giving Essie a perm. We think her hair is curly and nice enough.
I love curls. Can't you tell? I'm a curly girl. They done kicked all my people out.
They kicked all your people out?
They reset it. When it started dying. The sound went out.
Okay, well, we're not going to keep you too much longer. So, is there anything that you would like to... Oh, back to my question before that. So, would they have to stay strictly under you? Could they stay under you, or would you have it so they can venture out to get their own establishment? How would that look for the people that you're training and bringing from under you? Or would it be from the Osha Joi's umbrella?
So, the people that I'm training as far as like hair is concerned, the goal is to saturate and leave a mark and make a difference in the beauty industry for me as much as possible. So my goal is for whatever they want as a next step after that, if I'm able to aid and assist at that, that's what I'm going to do. So it just depends. Everybody don't want to be in the forefront. You know what I mean? That's scary for some people to kind of be in the forefront and have to manage and have so much responsibility. Some people are more comfortable with the background scenery. So any resources, thank y'all. Welcome back. My phone's getting ready to die and the sound went out. I'm sorry. But any resources that I have and to share and pass down, because when I got out in the field, that was the first thing. I was reaching out and looking for people to give resources to me because I didn't know everything. I was nervous, but I was excited and I was eager to learn, but I had to come into contact with people that were willing to teach or gave me an opportunity to teach, whether it was free or I had to pay a little bit of something or however the opportunity came about. If I was blessed enough to be able to do it, I went for it. And those people passed their knowledge down to me, and I feel like with hair, it's because it's such a physical thing to do, your body starts to get tired. You're standing so many hours, you're using your hands, your joints. So after a while, you need an exit plan anyway. So on my way out the door, I'm going to pass the torch to somebody younger that can stand up for all those hours and do
work all those hours.
Because it's going to become a point where I will probably be like, okay, this is a little bit much for me physically, or I'm getting tired faster. Hope it's no time soon, but it comes with the territory.
It does.
I feel like it's very much so worth passing the knowledge on.
That's good. So your products, and I know we done talked about this and we done been over this. What is the hottest product that you have? I've had a couple of them, and I know when you say favorite, that only supposed to mean one, but like the three products that I've tried, they like all three is my favorite. So
you know what?
So what is the hottest product that you have out now? And do you have any sales going on?
So, the hottest product that I have out right now is my hair growth oil. I'm not like y'all. That was also my first product that I dropped. I have a herbal hair growth oil, and my clients that have listened to my instructions and have used it anywhere past 4 to 6 months, the results they've had been shocking to them because I know my results. But the results the excitement that I've been able to see that I've been growing and helping people with their hair past the average capability of stylists that only style and not take care of hair. I enjoy that part because it's like I have a special superpower that other people don't have. Like, yeah, they can do those braids, but I can do something else. I can grow it. Like, it feels like a special superpower to be able. So I'm going to say my hottest product is definitely my hair oil, for sure.
Okay. I'm not too, if my hair doesn't grow and it stays this length, I'm okay with it, but I like it. I have used it. I like it. And I guess I don't use it as often because I don't want it to grow. And I'm afraid that it'll grow instantaneous. Like tomorrow, I'll be like, what was the cartoon character that had the long hair?
Not Rapunzel. Yeah.
Was that her with the long hair?
Yeah.
Like I'm afraid of the grow. Yeah, I'm afraid of the grow like that tomorrow. So yeah, I just don't.
Man. You know what? But it not only hair growth, even like like scalp irritation, dandruff, flakiness, it literally soothes and corrects all of that. And of course, it helps. It aids towards all of that.
So,
my client said, I love that hair crack.
And you know what? That's what it could be called, because if it's showing those results, everybody is going to give it a name. Everybody is. It's not going to be the name that you named it.
She called me like, you got some more of that hair crack? You didn't run out of that hair crack, have you?
And as a stylist, that makes you feel wonderful, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, and And even wonderful, because the thing with growing hair and seeing certain results, trust has to come first. So it makes me feel good to know that they're trusting me. And it makes me feel good to know that they're trusting the process and waiting and investing and then seeing the results with me and trusting that they'll come. Because it could get a little aggravating. Like
it can. It really can.
It could be like, okay, I've been oiling my hair. It's been 3 days. Where's it at? Like,
right.
People, it could be like, but I appreciate my clients that definitely have trusted me and listened to my instructions and trusted that it's my brand. Because some people, if it's not from a big company or a store, they don't support it. So I'm very grateful that they trust me enough. I'm grateful that my clients trust me enough to actually buy my brand and know that what's in those things that's in there is healthy and good for them and what it says it is. So I'm grateful for that, for sure.
Pop quiz.
Not a pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Thank y'all for coming back. The sound went out. We're going to be wrapping up soon. Thank y'all for checking in to the end. Y'all going to get something special.
Pop quiz. So you have your company and you do hair, but you also sell products.
Mm-hmm.
You have that separated, yes or no?
Yes. Not that was a quiz.
But you'd be surprised because people don't know they'll combine the two. It can be under the same umbrella, but you have to separate that.
I separate my personal business with everything.
And you do have a sales tax account, right?
Yes.
Pop quiz, I love it, I love it, I love it. Well, if there's anything that you would like to leave with our listeners, what would you like them to take away from everything that we've discussed? Give them your contact information. How do they reach you? And of course, your hours of operation.
Okay. Before I close out with all my information, one last question on the board I see that was asked: what helps with split ends, regular trims, and hydration? Your hair not being dry prevents split ends. Split ends cannot be reversed. That can only be maintained with product. To completely get rid of them, they have to be grown out. Something I want to leave you all with. Your hair is an investment. All of us gonna go bald one day. Like, I don't understand. Not by choice. It's literally a given. So the fact that people be like doing anything with their hair, like it's just gonna magically reappear one day after they done abused and used it. Please take care of your hair. That's the first thing people see next to your face, your hair. And also, fun fact, your hair is technically attached to your nervous system. That's why when you get nervous, your hair stands up on your arms. So it's kind of a sense of your body signaling and awareness. So wearing your hair out and having healthy hair of your own is kind of healthy for your body as a whole. I can be found on Facebook at The Beautiful, one word, and then space, and then BAM. I am on Instagram at BamBeauty27, all one word. I am updating my Osha Joi Cosmetics account, so search that in about 2 weeks. Everything will be Osha Joi Cosmetics in about 2 weeks. My TikTok. I will go in the comments of each live that I've started and drop my TikTok down below so that y'all can find me on TikTok. And as far as the product brand, I'm going to separate it from my personal hair pages, so there will be separate pages for my product brand so that you all can go on and you'll be able to purchase the products from my product brand. And at my Facebook page, most of my platforms, I think I have my booking link in every post and at the header of each site so that you can go book me on my booking link. I'm on Vagaro at Osha Joi Cosmetics. And products will also be listed on there really soon so that you can kind of order with your appointment some products.
And this is going to be on the Anointed Accountings page. So just in case you missed it and can't find her, all that information will be uploaded for you. So the beautiful Bam Anointed Accounting would like to say thank you for coming out on this wonderful Saturday. It's hair time. I learned so much. And I'm still going to get my hair cut, even though I learned that I should keep it.
Wait, y'all, let's see. I like opening gifts now. What's in here?
Oh, okay. Okay.
What's this? So, y'all, I love chocolate. Got a couple clients that bring me chocolate to the shop. I don't mind.
Wait, not I don't mind.
We're going to stay safe for the internet, but a beverage.
Notice she left the chocolate out, so that means she's about to eat this chocolate,
eating
y'all.
my chocolate.
That means it's about to go bye, bye, bye.
Oh, look at this. Is this a cake?
You gotta open it and see. You said you like opening gifts.
Y'all looking? This is beautiful.
I want to give out a shout out to Latrice Smith, Auntie Tracy, for doing all this beautiful work.
Woo! Y'all, I'm about to wrap y'all up in me. Do y'all see it?
If they don't.
They will soon.
They will, because you're going to wrap them up in you.
Oh, this is fancy.
This feels like Christmas.
This
Look
is
at what
Christmas.
Anointed Accounting does for their clients.
Hold up. This is Christmas, y'all. Look at this. I got a shampoo cake. By the way, if y'all haven't noticed by now, my favorite color is red. So that's why we on a red theme.
Again, shout out to Auntie Latrice Smith. Thank you for all the hard work that you are doing and contributing. I love working with you.
Okay, I have a candle, a rose, another shampoo cake. A smock. That's what it looked like. Got my smock. Keep it in there safe. Because y'all are not that good at folding. You got to fit back in the bag.
And I'm not going to refold it.
Okay.
I'm not.
And a love letter.
Not you called it a love letter.
This looks like the little things the pirates be having. And you scroll.
A scroll.
It's a scroll, y'all. It's a scroll.
Yes, Anointed Accounting did this.
Thanking me for coming out and sharing my passion for hair. Oh, thank you.
You are so welcome. Thank you for coming out. Again, thank you all out there for listening and tuning in.
Wait, one last thing.
I'm sorry. Oh,
This is a basket of all my products so that you all can have a visual of what's all included in my line. These will be available for Mother's Day and just for purchase if you want to come grab a gift basket at 7938 Southwestern. I'll always have them in stock.
what is in that bag? It looked like a lot of stuff.
So it's stuffed, y'all.
It is. Y'all see this bag? Let me see another one of them bags.
Here, take that one and I'll take this one.
Y'all see this little bag? This is so much. It's something right here, right here.
It's something everywhere.
Right here, right here. Ooh, it's something right here, right here. It's something right here, and that's a lot of here's.
So this is my full line as of right now. The only thing that's missing from the line, which will be available for Father's Day, is my beard oil. I haven't forgot about the guys. I have a beard oil to add. But this is my leave-in hair milk / conditioning spray.
The bomb.
We have essential oil infused shea butter jar. This is it, and the scent lasts you all day, maybe 2 days. Like, this smells so good. This here is my favorite. It's the shea butter.
Still take a bath, even though it lasts 2 days.
Please do. This is my deep conditioner. It's minty, so this is my nourishment line. So most of the stuff in this line have a minty hint to it. So this is my deep conditioner. Come on now. This is my deep conditioner. I hope the sound didn't go out of We have a shampoo bar, so it's a step healthier than like the natural liquid shampoos. It's a bar, so it has less of the extra add-on stuff to liquefy it. So it's completely organic. It's for at-home use, personal use shampoo. Sensitive skin oatmeal body bar.
Oh, that is so cute.
For face and body. And then we have a lip balm.
The bomb. And it's minty. It's minty.
Yes, it is minty. Let's get a closer. This is my hair growth oil. My volume went back out. Dang. Okay. So I'm gonna have to put the rest in the comments.
Yes. And tell them to also look at Anointed Accounting to get all this information, because we will be posting it. And what is that?
This is a body cream, and it smells. It melts. It's a cream. It melts in your skin. So this is everything for now.
Everything. This is a shopping bag. So, and it's nice sizes. Y'all see this? It's not like that little. These are nice sizes, and it's full to the brim. This is awesome. And these are for sale?
Everything's for sale. Everything with prices and stuff will be online. Everybody that's live right now, I'll inbox and message y'all a code, and you all will be getting discounted for tuning in.
Tune in, y'all hear that? Look out for the code. So make sure you send me a message if you want this code, or you can follow the beautiful space BAM at Facebook, and you can get your own code for this. You better not write on that love letter. We ain't got no paper. You can tear that bag. Tear the bag.
I want my bag.
No, but everyone watching, please tune in. Get this bag. Help support one another, especially those who are into organic, herbal, and healthy, natural hair. And these are some nice sizes. Nice sizes. Get that code. I don't know about y'all, but I like discounts. And I'm sure she does too. So,
I don't know if y'all can read this.
Her sound went out. She's trying to tell everyone to inbox us so they can get this bag and get the code. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me. Thank you for staying an extra 8 minutes with me, although I went over. Please join me again next Saturday, which is the 26th. We will be here with Blended P, Patience Morris from Blended P's project. We're going to be also talking about hair, but on a different level from a barber's and stylist standpoint. You don't want to miss that. So tune in next week. Have a happy and safe Easter. Please, please, please stay with family, stay connected with family, love each other, pray with one another, and let's live and laugh and enjoy life. Goodbye. Great big world out there.